Hi, this is Bryant Goodreau. I'm from Michigan Insurance Source. We're located in Clinton Township, Michigan. We're an independent agent working for you, not the companies. We want to make sure you're properly insured. And congratulations. Today we're going to be talking to you, your first-time home buyers. And we say congratulations because you're doing something, you're making that first purchase, that big buy, that one thing that you're going to say is yours, your home. Where you're going to raise your family, live your life, and have good times. But you want to make sure that you're properly insured. Well, there's a few things you need to know. Because if you go in, you buy the house, and you got a good mortgage guy, they'll walk you through that. And you got a good real estate agent, they'll help to make sure you buy the home that fits your needs. But one of the things that you're going to make sure is you want to make sure that house is properly protected. Why? That is one of your biggest assets. And if it burns down, gets into a storm, has an accident, whatever, you want to make sure it's restored. But there's other things that you need to know besides just restoring your house. Now, when you get that mortgage on the house, the majority of the time, your insurance payment will come out of your escrow account. And they'll pay it in full, and then they'll charge you the payments over that year. But you still need to work with an agent. Make sure whatever independent agent you're working with shops around and make sure they do a good job of finding the plan that fits your needs. One of the things that you can lower your price for your homeowner's policy is make sure they also shop your auto policy. Because if you put your auto with your home, you get really big discounts on your home policy by adding your auto insurance right alongside. But there's a lot of things you need to know about homeowners insurance. The first is replacement cost. Now remember, you need to know the replacement cost of your home. In today's day and age, a lot of people are buying older homes that were foreclosures or short sales, and they're buying them at a cheap. So when they call their agent, because they're a first-time buyer and they're going to their agent their mom and dad did, they said, you know what, I bought the house for $50,000. And the agent might insure it for a cost of $100,000. But you remember, you should always insure your home at replacement cost. If it burnt down to the ground and you want it totally rebuilt, what's going to be the cost to rebuild it? And I will promise you it'll be a lot more than what you bought it for. Especially in today's day and age. An average home that's in the $110,000, $120,000, replacement cost is usually around $200,000. And depending on what city or state or where you live, that replacement cost can be a lot higher. Now in Macomb County, we've been lucky. Our property values have been pretty stable. But the cost to replace a home has been a little higher. So you got to make sure your agent properly insures at replacement cost. Because here's the thing, it's not going to hurt you if it burns down to the ground. Where it hurts you the most is if it doesn't burn down to the ground and it just needs minor replacements. But if your home is not properly insured, you get penalized and you pay a lot more. The other thing that you got to look at is the liability on the property. Why? Because if somebody falls, gets hurt, you got to make sure that if they're going to sue you, you're covered. My recommendation, or our recommendation here at Michigan Insurance Source, go with no less than $100,000. Really look at $250,000 or even $500,000. Other things that you got to make sure are properly covered are water backup. In the state of Michigan, we have homes that are on slabs, we have homes that are on crawl spaces, and we have what is known as a Michigan basement and a regular full finish basement. A lot of times people shortchange themselves on water backup. If you have a full basement with a sump pump, you got to make sure that you have water backup. No less than $10,000. Reasoning behind that is, if you look at the cost of what replacement is, but most of all cleanup of if you had water sitting in your basement, even if something is a couple inches, can affect mold, can affect, if you had carpeting, is the carpeting going to be needing to be replaced, or is it just going to need the water sucked out of it? Those are things that are all covered underneath water backup. The lower prices, some agents will cut that short. Let me tell you, the first time you have an inch of water on your basement, you're going to be glad that a good independent agent put a good amount of water backup at a very low cost. Those are things that you need to know. Okay? Those are things that you should consider. Those are the big things that you need to look about. And remember, when you're also looking at deductibles, go with $1,000 or $500. If they say, hey, we can get you a great price at $2,500, don't take a $2,500 deductible. You're a first-time home buyer. A lot of your cost is wrapped up in the house. If a small incident happens, you're on the hook for the first $2,500. And if you pick up the phone and you call me and I file that claim, and the claim is less than $2,500, you're paying the full tab, but the insurance company knows that you had one claim. Truthfully, it's not worth it. So remember, take the time, work with an independent agent, like us here at Michigan Insurance Source. Make sure that, one, that it's properly insured for full replacement. Two, that you do have water backup. Three, your deductible is at a reasonable amount, not at $2,500 or higher. That's not reasonable. And four, your agent's working for you, making sure that the plans that fit your needs and fit your house is at a reasonable price. Thank you again for taking the time to listen to us. I'm Bryant Goodreau, Michigan Insurance Source. You can give us a call at 586-846-3133 or go to our website, michiganinsurancsource.com. Thank you again.